Hello and welcome to Korero, the big conversation table. My name is Godwin Sunday. Tonight we will be looking at issues that borders on Nigerian medical tourism and how far we've come as a people, and what step and what direction is the medical tourism taking right now? What is the government supposed to do, and what is expected of private individuals, and of course, practitioners within the medical space to know about medical tourism in the country. We'll take a short break. When we return, the conversation starts from there. Please go nowhere. You're welcome back. Well, it's no longer a mirage or an illusion that Nigerians often seek healthcare abroad due to concerns about the quality, availability, and timeliness of medical services at home. Common destinations include India, United Kingdom, Turkey, the United Arab Emirates, Germany, and the United States, to mention just but a few. At the same time, Nigeria has the potential to become a destination for medical tourism within West Africa because of its large healthcare market, growing private hospitals, and highly skilled medical professionals. Nigeria is one of Africa's largest sources of outbound medical tourists. Every year, thousands of Nigerians travel abroad for specialized treatments, spending billions of naira on healthcare outside the country. Medical tourists reflect both the challenges and opportunities within Nigeria's healthcare system. While many Nigerians continue to seek treatment abroad due to perceived gaps in quality and specialized care, sustained investments, improved infrastructure, better funding, and stronger health policy, it can reduce the need for outbound medical travel. With the right reforms, Nigeria has the potential to become a leading medical tourism destination in West Africa, delivering health quality, affordable healthcare to both its citizens and patients from neighboring countries. Why are we not having all of this playing out in the country? Well, tonight in the studio with me, even to discuss about medical tourism in Nigeria, is Usman Isa, a medical tourist professional. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll begin with the conversation. Please stay with us. And you're welcome back. Let's even begin the conversation by first even saying you're welcome to Korero. Isa Usman, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
There have been a lot of misconception when it has to do with medical tourism. A wise man once said that once the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Also, a wise man also said that clarification of concept will lead to the avoidance of doubt and prefer an epistemological understanding to what is to be discussed. Misconception number one. Nigerians believe that medical tourism is not supposed to be a conversation within the medical space. But help us even define what is medical tourism.
Yeah, before I answer your question of what is the actual meaning of medical tourism, I have something very crucial to say. In this part of the world, I mean Nigeria and Africa at large, many people are ignorant of medical tourism. And those that think they have the knowledge don't have the right knowledge. The reason why I say so is not far-fetched. If you ask many people about their understanding of medical tourism in Africa, they'll simply say medical tourism is all about traveling abroad for medical treatments. This school of thought has narrowed down medical tourism to outbound medical tourism only, while the real concept of medical tourism encompasses intrabound, domestic medical tourism, then inbound, which means people coming from their own country or their continent to another continent for treatments, then outbound, which means traveling abroad for medical treatments. Now, to my own understanding, medical tourism simply means traveling from where one is residing to another location in the quest for quality and specialized medical treatments. It also means traveling from less developed countries to well-developed countries or from well-developed countries to less developed countries in order to obtain quality medical treatments.
That's quite interesting. Now, let's look at the medical tourism in general in Nigeria. We lose approximately $2 billion every year, annually. That's Nigeria. Then about approximately $1.2 billion also. That's looking at the 2025 figures.
Yeah.
Are these figures correct? And again, are we focusing on the medical tourism, outbound medical tourism, as it is right now in the country? Because I can't understand how we're losing such an amount of money yearly. What is the focus and what is our misfocus right now?
Yeah, it's no longer a news that Nigeria loses no less than $2 billion US on outbound medical tourism annually. And the entire Africa loses over $2 billion US on outbound medical tourism annually. So this means Nigeria constitutes 70 to 80% of the expenditure. So now the question is, how long will Nigeria and the African economy continue to bleed this way? Now we are talking of what Nigeria is losing, but we are not looking at the life of people that involved. Now, I asked one prof the other time. He was talking about how Nigeria is losing billions of US dollars on outbound medical tourism. And I asked, this is seriously affecting our economy, right? Say yes. I say, economy is for who? You don't know. I say, economy is made for the man, not the man for the economy. So if people are losing their lives because we want to save money for the economy, then of what use is the economy? It shouldn't be our happiness that we are losing a whooping sum of money on outbound medical tourism. But people feel the quality of treatments they are looking for, they cannot get it in Nigeria. And as you know, in Nigeria, one of the major challenges in our health sector is trust. That is why at times you see professors of medicine travel abroad for medical treatments. So if professor of medicine can travel abroad for medical treatments, what is the fate of common men? Those are the helms of affairs. Even common headache, they are fly out of the country. And there are a lot of good things happening in Nigeria health sector. We have what it takes to become a medical tourism hub. But our major challenge is supportive policy. And government is responsible for that. So if government is ready to make a supportive policy, then we are fine.
Well, countries like India, Turkey, United States, Thailand, United Kingdom have transformed their healthcare into export industries. What annual revenue is Nigeria missing, even by failing to attract international patients right now? The Minister of Health has come out on various fora to say that Nigerians can carry out kidney transplants. But what is the missing link, and why are we still traveling outside the country? If a state like Akwa Ibom State, for example, has been able to build a medical city, what is the missing link?
Yeah, the major challenge we are having in our health sector is we have high-skilled medical practitioners. Even it's everywhere that Nigerians medical personnel are in all the top-ranking medical tourism destinations, giving good name to foreign hospitals. You know, good doctor give good name to hospitals. Good doctor give good name to hospital. But the major challenge we are having in Nigeria is cutting-edge technology. Yeah, it's technology.
That's the gamma knife.
Yeah. The technology is our major challenge. If not, practitioners, we have more than enough. They are doing well both home and abroad. But some of our local healthcare service providers, you know, health workers migration is one of our challenge, brain drain syndrome in Nigeria health sector. And why we are having issue of brain drain syndrome It's not because of the remuneration, their salary, or their payment. Some of them are moving out of the country because some of them are incapacitated. They don't have access to sophisticated equipment to work with. Now, for example, some of our local healthcare service providers, some of our surgeons, especially neurosurgeons, they are still open score, you understand, to remove a tumor. But abroad, like India, countries like India, Turkey, United Arab Emirates, they are no longer open score again. They are using advancement technology. One of the technology is called gamma knife machine. And that is what they are using to handle brain tumor. They will put the patient in the machine, the light will go around, it's using gamma ray. Then it will go to where the tumor, it will detect where the tumor is and send the light with high speed you cannot think of and go there and destroy the tumor and grind it to powder. They can do the surgery today, tomorrow the patient is out of hospital. Unlike some of our hospitals that they need to open score, after the surgery, they may even go and tamper with where they are not supposed to tamper with. So our major challenge in Nigeria health sector is technology. Because advancement in technology has made things easy for some of doctors or physicians or surgeons. So now, and the only way we can get this is by the time investors start coming into the sector, then all these things we are lacking will start coming in. But what we need for the investors to come in are not there.
What do you mean they are not there?
They are not there. So now, investors, they are not after your English or your grammar or how doctor is good or how surgeon is good. What investors are looking for is where their capital will be secured. That is the number one thing. Before investor can put money in any business, the number one thing they'll put into consideration, if I put my money here, is the money going to be secured? Two, the return on investment.
I don't understand. Let's stick with, before you get to the return on investment, a state like Akwa Ibom, I just told you, have like right now a medical city where everything you need when it has to do with medicine can be found in Akwa Ibom.
Okay.
We have few states also, beginning from Lagos State and other states across the country, that have a good medical equipment. But foreigners do not come to Nigeria in order to get treated. I'm trying to find out from you right now. Is it that Nigerians?
I'm sorry to cut.
Yeah, is it that Nigerians right now don't know how to treat or help us understand?
No, there are two issues. There are two issues affect us. And before I disclose, you understand, the two issues that affect us, there are other factors. Apart of, it's not about, Nigeria, we are getting it wrong. Some things wrong. At times, some Nigerians say, oh, in my state, we are building this so hospitals, so number of hospitals, you understand, and this hospital now is coming to stop people not to go abroad. The issue of medical tourism is beyond the way we think. We have about 12 driving factors for medical tourism. One of it is about hospital well equipped, but it's beyond that. Now, the number one driving factor for medical tourism is availability of treatments. Where patients is residing, if there's no center that can, for example, we have a patient that have a liver problem that need to undergo liver transplant, and we don't have hospital that can do liver transplant in Nigeria. Are we going to leave the patient to die? So the patient has to go to where the treatment is available to go and obtain, either within the country or outside the country. Then two, affordability of treatments. It has to do with cost of treatments. Even though the treatment is available and is not affordable. Now, in Nigeria, everywhere, healthcare is costly everywhere. You understand? But it's even cheaper. Cost of treatment in Nigeria is even cheaper compared to other medical tourism destinations. Now, we talk of accessibility. It's one of the challenges we are facing in Nigeria. Treatment can be available, treatment can be affordable, treatment may not be accessible. I'm talking of the waiting time to get the procedure. At times you go to some hospital, they will give you 2-3 weeks or 4 weeks to come and see the doctor. And you have your money. Won't you go to where the treatment is accessible to go and obtain? Won't you go to where the treatment is accessible to go and obtain? Then we talk of acceptability of treatments. Acceptability of treatment has to do with treatments that are banned. There are some countries that you go that the treatments are banned in some of these countries. So in this case, if you know that the treatments are not banned in some countries, would you go there? For example, Kidney transplant is not, organ transplant is not allowed in some places. There are some places that the organ transplant is accepted, but they don't allow third-party donor. What I mean is that a recipient and the donor must be a family member. So a part of that, we have low or poor success rate. You can have everything, and if your success rate is not encouraging, you see some centers that will do a surgery of like 10 patients.
So in other words, you're saying right now that the Nigerian medical city.
No, I'm just giving. No,
so
I'm just giving
let's
other
narrow
factors.
the conversation back to Nigeria.
Yes.
So are we missing something? Why that's the reason why foreigners are not coming to Nigeria?
There's no trust. We lack trust in our health sector. We lack trust. I and you know that we lack trust. If a professor of medicine can travel abroad, you understand? Okay, I know. We lack trust in Nigeria, in our health sector. Some of these people that have money that are traveling abroad for medical treatment, they don't even believe in the system. They don't believe in the system. And apart of trust, we'll also have other challenges. One of the challenges is the attitude of some of our medical personnel, you understand, towards patients. And this specialized center, we don't have them in abundance. We have them in a few places. For example, now in Abuja, as at now, it's only 1 or 2 centers that are doing organ transplant.
So you're saying in
that are doing organ transplant.
That what we have in Nigeria first cannot attract foreigners to Nigeria based on the facility. See, is that what you're saying?
You are missing. There's something.
Let me get you.
Yeah,
that's why you're here.
Yeah. What I want you to understand here is this. You know, you can have everything, and people don't believe in what you are doing. You can have everything, and people don't believe what you are doing. Another challenge we are having, apart of affordability, accessibility, all this is the environment our healthcare service providers are operating is not conducive for them. It's not conducive. Lack of enabling environment is one of the challenges we are facing in Nigeria health sector. And that is why if you go to some center today, because they have carved a niche for themselves, they are misbehaving. Imagine Abuja now is like only one center that is doing kidney transplant. That is why we came up with the initiative. Instead of 1 or 2 centers to do this, why not make healthcare attractive to investors, both local and foreign investors, so that we can have a specialized center in abundance. And that having a specialized center in abundance will bring a healthy competition among our local healthcare service providers, and they will sit up.
Well, Usman, what I'm trying to find out from you right now, do we have the facilities?
We have, but again, they are limited. They are not abundant.
These facilities are available. Can foreigners actually come to Nigeria to patronize all of these institutions?
They may not come at this stage now.
So you are saying that we're not ripe to attract.
Listen to me. No, they are not coming. They will not come now.
Nigerian medical services are not ripe to receive foreigners. Is that what you're saying?
Let me enlighten you. Let me educate you. Because the issue of medical tourism, it goes beyond the way Nigeria think about it.
If we're losing 2.1 billion
listen to me. Let
me get to understand.
Yeah, for example, now, if you want to pluck mango from, for example, are you going to, and you are to climb the mango, are you going to jump on top of the mango? For example, you need to climb to go up, right? Now, if we want to key into medical tourism, you understand, want Nigeria to be a medical tourism hub, there is a step we will take. The first step is for us to develop sustainable intrabound medical tourism. I mean domestic medical tourism for the citizen first. Now, something happened last year. I don't want to call a name of hospital. There's hospital that the team of one popular hospital in Nigeria, they went to the vice president, Shetima, and they were saying that, oh, Nigeria is revising medical tourism. They are doing well now. We are revising medical tourism. Patients are coming from US, UK to Nigeria for medical treatment. And the question raised eyebrow. What is the question? Why the question raises eyebrow? Is because the citizens are not really enjoy quality medical treatments. The citizens start even commenting that is it that Nigeria healthcare is made for people abroad alone? Is it that the treatment is made for people abroad alone? You understand? That is it made for only people in UK? Because First of all, if a country want to plug into medical tourism, they have to develop a strong intrabound medical tourism for their citizens first. And that is what we are out to do for Nigeria. So after developing it, even in citizens, because, for example, day in, day out, thousands of people, you understand, travel around the world for medical treatment, right? And Nigeria, many people travel abroad from Nigeria to India, for example, for medical treatment. By the time the rate of people, because if we are still assessing, people start assessing quality treatment in Nigeria, the rate of outbound will start reducing. You understand? From the citizens first. Then these people, because they will not notice. Now, as we speak now, the rate of people traveling abroad because of the current economic situation is really reducing. Yeah, it's really reducing because of the economic situation in Nigeria. The rate of people traveling. Now, some of our foreign partners have even noticed this change. Day in, day out, they do call us from India, from Turkey, from United Arab Emirates, from Egypt, from UK, from US. Oh, Mr. Osman, we have not been getting patient. What is happening?
So they are praying for Nigerians to get sick?
Yeah, no. They have not been getting. Yeah, they are just like person that is doing gasket.
So they are wishing for Nigerians to remain sick.
Yeah, what I'm saying. Listen to me.
But with all
this is very impressive.
Usman,
listen to me.
I'm curious. We have medical facilities in the country.
Yeah.
You are in the medical tourism field, and you are telling us right now that our medical facilities in the country cannot attract foreigners.
It's not that it cannot attract foreigners.
Or foreigners.
But the new, see, you know Nigeria.
No, let's get you put this issue in perspective.
Okay.
Are you saying that our medical facilities in Nigeria right now cannot attract foreigners?
It's not that I cannot attract. I want you to
or
get
foreigners
it right.
will
Listen
not
to me.
want
Listen
to come to
listen to me.
Nigerian to
Listen,
be treated.
Listen to me.
Because the number of the funds we lose just in 2025 alone, we lost about $2 billion. Now that figure was just a rough figure that we're trying to just play around. In Africa, we lose about $30 billion every month. Nigeria takes a highest share of that percentage when it has to do with what we lose. Are you saying that our facilities are not good enough to attract foreigners?
It's not that it's not attract because we are not doing the right thing.
So
it may happen that you may have. See, listen to
Nigerians
me.
Are, what I'm asking is because Nigerians are traveling. Nigerians are traveling abroad. Nigerian doctors are referred to as one of the best doctors in the world.
What I want to say, I want you to. This is very, very important.
Please go on.
And I know a lot of Nigerians and Africans at large will benefit from this. It's not all about having good hospitals. You can have a world-class hospital in abundance in Nigeria or in any country, and the citizen can decide to also travel out because of some factors. Now, do you know that the citizens of US travel abroad because of accessibility of treatments? If you go to India, you go to Turkey, you go to United Arab Emirates, Egypt, most of their high-profile doctors studied in UK, in US. But the citizens of UK, US travel abroad for medical treatments because of accessibility of treatment and the cost of treatments. So it's not mean that they don't have hospitals. Anything you can think of when it comes to healthcare, you go to UK, US, you see them. But their citizens travel to Malaysia, travel to India and Turkey to receive medical treatments. So it's not what we need in Nigeria is for us to plug in, but there's the strategies to plug in. You can have world class in Nigeria, in Nigeria, everywhere in Nigeria. But if you don't have the strategies to key in, that is why they need to consult people like us. They need the professional advice.
So you are saying at this point that Akwa Ibom State has
they need people like us to guide them on how the right channel to follow to become a medical tourism hub.
To become a tourism destination and a hub,
yes,
medical tourism hub, you will agree with me that most medical practitioners still frown at the practice of trying to sell healthcare. In Nigeria, the field still sound very strange. At this point, I'm curious again, are we ready for this conversation?
No, the issue there is that in Nigeria, you know, if you go abroad, there are people that are trained, that are specialized in the business aspect of medical. People like us. You hardly find people like us in Nigeria. But if you go abroad, you see them. because of the way they run their healthcare. They don't just run healthcare as a charitable.
So medical practitioners are right that your field is very strange.
Yes, because they don't know. And the reason why our field is strange is because they are render healthcare as a social services alone. They are seeing healthcare as a charitable venture.
Which is supposed to be.
So healthcare is supposed to be looking at as a business, as a not business. So there must be a reconciliation between care and commerce, between care and business. But healthcare must lead. Then business or commerce must be there to support, because the sustainability of healthcare depends on commerce.
Well, it's getting interesting. At this point, I just told you that most doctors frown at your profession. The oath they take.
They can't do without us.
The oath they took was to protect lives.
Okay.
And also safeguard humans.
But there must be a sustainable. Because anything you are doing that is not sustainable, you see that it's not.
Then
it's
again,
not normal.
they've tagged the medical tourism venture as an illegal activity.
As a journalist
in the country. I'm asking at this point.
Yeah.
Medical tourism right now in the country, is it legal?
It's legal.
Practice it
it's legal.
As
okay. Now let me enlighten you. You know, it's just that many Nigerians are ignorant of medical tourism, and I can say majority of people thought that they have the knowledge, don't have the right knowledge. Do you know that every day in, day out, our local hospitals are participating in intrabound medical tourism, but on notice? Yeah. Because time to time they will say that they want to ban medical tourism, they want to stop people not to travel for medical treatment, and on a daily basis we are participating in it. As they break today, some of our local hospitals have referred patients either within their state or outside their state. As they break today, some people have come from Kogi State to Abuja to receive medical treatment. Some people who have moved like from Kuje to Gwagwalada, you see as close, Kuje to Gwagwalada. People have moved from Kuje to Gwagwalada. It's medical tourism. It's not only when you go abroad that you embark on medical tourism. So people traveling, there is interstate medical tourism. There is people move from one local government or from one area council to another for medical treatments on a daily basis. It's medical tourism. Time to time, Nigeria in diaspora come to Nigeria to receive medical treatment. It's medical tourism. It's all about understanding. And they say they are banning medical tourism, and we are involving in it. Last time I met some group of doctors, they were saying that they are reversing medical tourism. I asked them, what is reversing medical tourism? They cannot give me a reasonable answer. They say that because we want to stop people, we are losing money, we want to stop people not to go abroad. Is it reversing? Is there anything like reversing medical tourism? In global medical practice and healthcare business, there's nothing like reversing medical tourism, because the word reverse means to move back or undo. So where is reversing medical tourism fitting in this thing we are discussing here? Instead of we to stop condemning medical tourism and plug in, we keep on condemning medical tourism, and other top-ranking other medical tourism destinations are busy reaping the benefit of it.
So you're saying that the Nigerian Medical Association are not seeing this aspect which you are trying to even propound clearly?
They don't have the right understanding about medical tourism. They don't know that medical tourism is all encompassing. They thought that medical tourism is all about traveling abroad for medical treatments only. And whenever we're trying to bring them together, to enlighten them, to educate them about medical tourism, and for us to plug in, you know, some people say national cake, you understand? So everybody wants to go there and get their own share. And medical tourism is just like a national cake. All the countries in the world that are doing well medically, they're plugged in. So now, I always ask, questions are always best for answer. I say, okay, medical tourism, you say it's all about traveling abroad for medical treatment. Let's go by your own definition. Now, even though medical tourism is all about traveling abroad for medical treatments, is Nigeria not abroad? Now, early 70, that is a 70, close to 80, early 80s. People come from abroad to Nigeria for medical treatment. People come from Saudi Arabia, from Lebanon, from Ghana to Nigeria to seek for medical treatment, for medical attention. But it's just because along the line we visit. Then all these countries that used to travel to Nigeria for medical treatment before, people have started traveling to the country. You know, we are so funny. You know, Ghana Must Go now. When Ghana Must Go came in, Nigeria was doing good. a bit good then. You understand? You see people from Ghana. Now, it has come to a time now that Ghana will start even returning Nigerians. Because we have missed the whole thing. But we can still recover the lost glory if we are serious and we are ready.
Usman, if we're to go by the economic narrative, if we decide to plug into, as a country, decide to plug into medical tourism, what is the estimated revenue that Nigeria will be looking at?
Yeah, if Nigeria can plug in, and we are really mean it, and we really mean it well, and plug in, but we can plug in with serious investment, you understand, in health sector. But it's a gradual thing. If Nigeria plug in, Nigeria can also start getting, you understand, at least not less than $1 billion annually on inbound medical tourism to Nigeria. But like that, because like now, Nigeria is crying that we are losing money to outbound medical tourism. India is happy making it, you understand? That's why I always tell some of our medical personnel, I say, while we are saying we are losing not less than $2 billion on outbound medical tourism, India is gaining $6.6 billion on inbound medical tourism to India. So why are you condemning? If India is gaining and we are losing, means it's a good thing. So let's plug in so that we will also be gaining.
Well, Usman, a lot of speculations coming from different quarters are saying that practitioners like yourself are the reason why Nigeria is not advancing in its medical course, because you champion the cause of sending a lot of Nigerians out of the country in order to get treatment. But if within the country these persons can be fixed, you and your team are not even looking in that direction. Rather, you're always advocating and soliciting, and people should be taken outside the country. This brings me to that point. Are you doing a disservice to your country as it stands right now?
Yeah, the issue there is that, you know, they always miss this thing. Instead of them to draw me, in person, closer, you understand? So that we can, because it's a challenge. What is happening to Nigeria is not a new thing. Other top-ranking medical tourism destinations has happened to them. Look at India, Thailand, Singapore, Jordan. You know, all these countries. I was in Jordan last time. I was discussing with some of their stakeholders, the key players, the big guys in the industry. And they made us to understand that even what we are facing in Nigeria, because I've heard a lot from Nigeria, you understand, that Nigeria is the biggest market for outbound medical tourism, that their own country has even faced a similar challenge. But until immediately they embrace medical tourism, everything started taking shape. Even the health workers migration and everything will start taking shape. Their citizens are not relocating again, you understand? And even their citizens are not going out of the country for medical treatment. So it's the right time. My message for Nigerians and Africa at the moment, they should stop seeing us as a threat to their means of livelihood. Because most of our medical personnel, whenever I say I'm a medical tourism facilitator or a consultant, they adjust. Because they already see us as a virus.
And you say you're
like
not,
a virus.
You're saying you're not a virus. You're not being wicked to the system.
Now,
you're not doing the country a disservice.
If you do know that I'm on the fence in this thing I'm doing, because my partners abroad, you understand, they are saying that I'm exposing these things to Nigeria. I have Nigeria in mind. Even I was in Tunisia, December last year. We went for a meeting, for a B2B meeting, and we're discussing on how we can do business together. And I told them that what you are hearing from Nigeria at times, most of these things are not correct. Because in Nigeria, we are not so bad. Because Nigerian medical personnel, they are doing well, even within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. And Nigerians can bear witness. Even some of my colleagues, my partners abroad can also bear witness. Now, I made us to understand that in Nigeria, we are one of the leading countries when it comes to IVF. Yeah, and the cost of IVF in Nigeria is cheaper, and the success rate of IVF in Nigeria is higher compared to all the top-ranking medical tourism destinations in Africa. So if you want us to be sending you patients, be sending IVF patients to us. We are good in that area. So it's not about sending patients abroad. Now, let me even tell you, let's get this thing right. See, you see people traveling abroad for medical treatment. It's not that they want to go and spend money. They just want to go and spend money, or they want to go and see white people face. No, they are looking for quality and specialized medical treatments. Quality and specialized medical treatment. If we have started doing the right thing in Nigeria, Nigeria will embrace it. Nigeria is a country that so much like quality things, anything durable. Okay, in Nigeria, if you want to buy, let's say, a motor pass, they will tell you that go and buy the fairly used. But you don't buy fairly used, and they will tell you that fairly used will last more than new one. Okay, have you ever asked yourself that why is it that Nigeria is patronizing cable wire? Nigeria produce cable wire, ceramic, ties. Nigeria are patronizing it very well now. They don't buy foreign ties. They don't buy foreign wire. All we need is to improve our standard of care, our quality of care. Then we are good to go.
So you are not part of the people that are destabilizing the system?
No. I'm not part of them.
You're not part
it
of the
will be my own happiness to start receiving patients from all over the world to Nigeria.
So when you send patients outside the country and you keep going through that path of what you call medical tourism, is that not an actual disservice?
No, medical tourism is all encompassing. If I tell you that,
if you're sending Nigerians out of the country,
listen to me. If I tell you that I will not send patients to abroad for medical treatment, means I'm lying. For example, see, it's just like
is that not a disservice to
listen to me. No.
Is that not a disservice to Nigeria?
No, listen to me.
Is that not a disservice to Nigeria, even medical?
I want you to
please
listen to me. Yes. Listen to me. Now, right now, on the daily basis, I send patients abroad. And I will tell you the reason why I send patients abroad. In a situation where a patient contact me that they want to go abroad for maybe cancer issue, and I say AMC is one of the leading medical tourism destinations in Nigeria now. You understand? And anything you want to go to India or Egypt, you can get from them. And I try by all means to convince the patient, and the patient say, I want to go. So I should leave the patient. So, for example, if it's you, patient come to you and you convince the patient, you understand, that why going to Egypt or why going to India, we have a facility in Nigeria that can do all these things here. And the patient knows, say, no, I have my money, I'm going out. Will you force the patient that he must receive treatment in Nigeria? And if you leave the patient will go to another place.
You can come out with a better modality in order to convince those patients to stay in Nigeria. In order to ensure that we don't lose about $2.1 billion annually.
Listen to me.
Please, go ahead.
That is one. Then two, in some procedures that we cannot do in Nigeria, for example, liver transplant, heart transplant, pancreatic surgery, and others, and we have come across the patient of cases we cannot handle in Nigeria because we have a lot of Nigeria at heart. We should leave the patient to die? No, I'm asking you, are we going to, we should leave the patient to die? Maybe procedure we cannot do here. And some procedure we can do here with the low or poor success rate. And the patient decide I want to go abroad and get the treatment. We should leave the patient to die? Now I'm just asking, we have a patient now, and the success rate of some of these procedures is very, very low. And the patient decided, or the case of negligence. You know, at times we used to have some of case of medical negligence, medical malpractice, and medication errors in some of the hospital. And the patient comes, say, no, I want to go abroad. And we try to convince them by all means for the patient to receive treatments here. And the patient says no. So in this case, we should leave the patient to die?
Well,
no, I'm asking you. Ask me, and I ask you. We should leave the patient to die.
I am not in your field, of course. I'm just trying to put the
medical tourism.
Put the records straight.
Medical tourism is all. This thing, please. Sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you. This thing I want to say is very, very important. You know, medical tourism, the concept of it, you cannot do without saying that your people shouldn't go out. All you need to do is to plug in and start reducing the rate of people going abroad gradually. You understand? You cannot just use a power that, people should not go out, and they have their money. So it is their right to access quality treatments anywhere in the world.
All right. So if we're talking about this, let's talk about also.
So all we need now is to better our healthcare system for our own benefit.
About brain drain.
Yeah.
A lot of doctors right now are traveling and leaving the shores of Nigeria. Just last year, up to 3,000 doctors left the country. That's a rough estimate. That's within the medical field. Now, if we go by this, can we also say that the brain drain syndrome is caused by lack of practitioners or inbound medical
the issue there is that
so doctors are traveling out to explore.
When we are talking of
the brain drain,
even before I talk of the issue of brain drain or Japa syndrome, according to you, because me I don't know anything Japa syndrome because it's not English language. So when we are talking of issue of brain drain, there are a lot of factors. You understand? But number one is remuneration, the entitlement of the professionals, the medical practitioners. But apart of that, their remuneration, the environment they are working is not conducive for them.
But Usman, you know I'm asking this because you're supposed to be advocating for these doctors.
Yeah, we have a solution to these two problems.
These
two problems, sorry,
should be advocating for remuneration for them to be increased.
This issue of,
rather, you are taking them out of the country and further supporting other countries to get better. Can we say at this point you are being wicked to Nigeria?
No. I've never packaged any of the medical personnel.
Well, you know why I'm asking, because we have a lot of doctors leaving the shores of Nigeria.
Yes,
for many, they'll say they want to explore. We've mentioned remuneration.
Who don't like better things?
Well, the money we're losing annually, $2.1 billion annually.
Now, I want to ask you
if this money can come back to Nigeria, if you can advocate for this money to be returned back to Nigeria, and doctors stay here and do their job,
we have to be practical.
Won't that be a fair advantage to Nigerian
we have
doctors?
To be practical. Okay, let me ask you this question.
Are you not being wicked to Nigerians in this instance?
Listen to me. For example, you have children. As you are going to work, you not provide food for them. And you not give them money that, when you come from school, you go and buy food, or you not tell them to go to so place and collect food, right? And before you come back from work, maybe you buy food from the work and you are coming to give them, and they say, Daddy, we are okay. You understand? So where do you eat? Daddy, we eat outside. So and you start beating them. Is it the fault of the child that eat outside, or is it the fault of a parent that did not provide food for his children? Because if you don't want your children to go outside and eat food, you provide food for them. I ask you a question and I answer the question. If you don't want your children to go outside and eat food, what you need to do, you provide food for them. You know, we always miss it in Nigeria. If you ask our local healthcare service provider, what is the problem in Nigeria health sector, they'll start apportion blame on government. Government is not injecting serious funds in the health sector. It's a problem. But what is causing this problem? You know, there's difference between knowing the root cause of problem and know a problem. Because you can only proffer solutions to problem that you know the root cause than the problem you don't know the root cause. All you need to do, this is the problem where our doctors are leaving, this is your son, we don't have good hospital, we don't have good doctors. They are problem, they are exposing problem. But you have to know the root cause of problem. The root cause of problem in Nigeria health sector is the way we see health sector. We are looking health sector with one eye instead of looking health sector with two eyes. Health sector is supposed to be looking at as a profit-making venture, as a not profit-making venture. Government should be looking healthcare as a not profit-making venture. Then private will be looking health sector as a profit-making venture. And another, before I forgot, another serious issue that is even affecting us in health sector is issue of advertising and not advertising in health sector. I was in the facility yesterday, an IVF facility, because I can't call the name, because I'm not here to advertise any facility. When I recorded the video, because there's a machine that the center in Abuja, the fertility center has in Abuja that can do a fibroid without operation. And in Africa, the machine is very rare. The machine is in Abuja here. So when I started interacting with the guy say, this thing I beg, I should cut it off, because if it's the boss get to hear this thing now, because they can come and close their hospital. So the issue of advertising, not advertising, is not clear, and it's one of the major issues that is affecting Nigeria health sector. So now, you can have a good hospital or a good doctor close to your house, and you are dying, but you don't know. I asked one doctor the other time, I said, why is it that it's not allowed for you guys to advertise or to promote? And foreign healthcare service providers will come to Nigeria and go on air and advertise, and or even on paper and everywhere. Is that because that is not? It's not that they are not allowed to advertise, but there are some language you cannot use. Either you can come on air and enlighten people as a doctor, but you cannot come and say, oh, our own social center and we are the best cardiologists in Abuja, or we are the best cardiology in Lagos, or we are the best nephrology in Lagos or in Abuja. That you should be mindful of the language you use. And since people don't know the language they will use, you understand, that they will be nailed or they will come for them. So they say, instead of that, let them not do it. That even not is in their ethics that you can advertise, you can promote. But they are not, it's not clear. You understand? It's not clear to people. So people are afraid to advertise.
Well, Usman, before I let you go, because I've been saying that our time is fast spent.
Okay.
Looking at the medical curriculum, should medical tourism be added as a course in the Nigerian medical practice?
Yes. Yes. If you go abroad, like you are in my event, my keynote speaker is from Dubai, right? And he's a medical doctor. And he also has undergone a lot of courses on entrepreneurial aspect of medical. So I advise our local healthcare service providers also to learn, you understand, about the entrepreneurial aspect of medical, because they can't do without business. Because the sustainability of healthcare depends on business. So if Ministry of Education should look this matter as a matter of urgency to introduce healthcare business in our health sector. Because if you go to Turkey, you go to India, there are many schools that offer business courses to medical personnel. Because the knowledge of entrepreneurial aspect of medical is very, very crucial. And that is why many of our centers are not doing well. Because a lot of people, you see, a surgeon will be the CMD of the hospital. He will be the one doing the business. He will be the one doing everything, oversee all the activities in the sector, and you don't have the knowledge of the business aspect of medical. Well, and that is one of the major reasons why they are not doing well.
Well, Usman, quite a lot of things to discuss tonight. But then, again, I've been saying that our time is fast spent. So this is what I want to say. Thank you so much, Isa Usman, for finding out time to be with us here on Korero.
You're welcome.
Well, viewers, this is how far we can go tonight on the show. Do not forget that you can leave your thoughts, you can leave your comments on our various social media handles currently showing on your screen. And you can also download the RapidTV app from your Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. My name is Godwin Sunday. Always remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Do enjoy the rest of your night rest. Bye-bye.